Good evening. Welcome to Hockey Night in River Falls. The Wildcats tonight hosting the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. The Chippewa Falls Cardinals come in tonight, one of the top teams in Wisconsin, and you're going to see some blue chip talent on display. They've got USHL draft picks here on this team. A lot of superb players, some NHL players on here as well. So a lot of high-end talent on this Chippewa Falls Cardinals team. They're going to give the starting lineups. Not Chet Marlowe, his son. Chet's the dad. Son's Mick. Mick Marlowe getting the start tonight. Caden Swobodo. Drew Bovey. Jackson Hoem. Number 7, Mason Johnson. And now it's time for the Wildcats starting lineup. Cats rolling with Luke Linehan back in net tonight. Dan Lynn got the last 2 starts. Linehan back in net for the Cats this evening. Just lost our mic over there on the other side here, so we'll try to give you audio through my mic here while we can. We're working on that other mic. We'll try to get it fired up here for you shortly. No mites, no mites of the week this week, so we won't have a Let's Play Hockey call. Let's take a quick look at the lineup here, Dan. I know you got it. There's our forwards this evening. Jimmy Rock, Cal Schrank, Andrew Amundsen, second line. Riley Usgard, Chase Wiesinger, Wyatt Hopeful. Third line, Rappel, and Freeman. Then we got Hopeful, Goring, Simon, and Rudolph. Take a look at the back end here. Back end, Lars Breezy, Ben Johnson, Jackson Flanagan, Cal Usgard, Jake Lean, Anthony McPherson, and Hayden Ekholm is the 7th D-man. Luke Linehan getting the start in net tonight. He is in .892 save percentage, 3.46 goals per game over 11 games. And Uncle Jimmy, James Linehan, in the house from Washington State tonight, watching Luke play a little hockey this evening, so that's a pretty big deal for him. Hunter Rappel to take the draw for the Cats. Chippewa Falls controls. They'll send it down. They'll wave the icing off. Cats calling for an icing, not getting it. Chippewa Falls trying to set something up here right away. Rappel over to Freeman. Freeman goes cross ice looking for Hunter Rappel. Cardinals try to get in their breakout. Flanagan steps up, sends it down, but Chippewa Falls Cardinals knock it down. Mason Johnson skates it through. Shot there goes wide. Cardinals setting it up. They fire. That one goes wide as well. They'll skate it behind the net. They'll kick it out to number 18. That's Gus Thorpe. Gus Thorpe, property of the Des Moines USHL franchise. Thorpe is a dandy D-man. Cat's able to get it clear, just trying to get it changed. They'll send that the length of the ice. It'll be icing. D-zone draw coming up here with 15:51 to play. Early stages here of the first period. Chippewa Falls comes into this game 13-3 overall, undefeated in the Big Rivers Conference. Just knocked off Eau Claire Memorial Tuesday 4-2. They are, again, number one in conference. There are only 3 losses this season. Came to Madison, Edgewood, the University School, and Stevens Point. And Stevens Point, another team like this Chippewa Falls team, just loaded with talent. That is just a mammoth roster over there at Point. Linehan will glove that one, settle it down. We'll get a whistle with 15:29 to go. Chris John had to leave us momentarily to head over to a band concert. He'll be back in a little while, but Dan Jenkins running the keys behind me, keeping this plane up in the air as we go here. About to drop the puck. Wiesinger takes the draw for the Cats. Wiesinger chips it out in the neutral zone. Now the Cats are going to chase it down here. Hopeful out there with them. Cats shot on net, and that one comes right up into the broadcast booth. It's the second puck tonight that's come up here. When Chippewa was warming up, they fired one up here as well. To bring my helmet. We're protected pretty well here behind a net, but they put it over the net 2 different times here, and I don't think that's happened all season long, but it's happened twice in about 30 minutes. Cal Schrank out there with Jimmy Rock and Drew Amundsen. Cardinals come out of there with it. Mason Johnson works behind the net, scooped up by Drew Bovey. Bovey wheeling, fires, blocker saved by Linehan. Linehan has to cross his body, and there's a goal. And that's what Chippewa Falls does. Their forecheck is just loaded with speed. They get the goaltender moving. I don't know why that battery died on that receiver. It was completely full when I put it on the charger just for a top off, and it's come out of there empty. Lost our mic over there. So we'll have to get the call from John Serene. Lost our mic over there on the booth. It was working perfectly, and I'm like, let's just top off the battery. Didn't need to, and for some reason now we don't have any power. Well, that's the worst thing that happens. It'll be a good night. Linehan with the cover. Cardinals with an early 1-0 lead. Get my pen out here and try to get the call from Serene when he gives it. What? 7 from, I believe, number 8. So it's Mason Johnson from Jackson Home. 12th goal of the season for Johnson. Here come the Cardinals. Right back up the ice. Evan Foyles, the super sophomore. And Foyles has played with quite a few of these kids. He plays on Team Wisconsin with Dan Lynn, and he actually played some summer hockey with a lot of the other kids 3 or 4 years ago. Came up with this group. Very, very talented sophomore player for Chippewa Falls. Cats able to knock it down into the offensive end. Riley Usgard coming down and pressuring. Scooped up by Flanagan. Flanagan skates and dumps it down. Picked up by Brett Christa. Tied up by Riley Usgard. Now Wyatt Hopeful with it. Hopeful swings it out to the point. Lars Breezy there. Can't find the handle. And here comes Carter Bovey back the other way. Bovey shoots. Linehan sends that into the far corner. Scooped up by Wyatt Hopeful. Hopeful. Deep shot goes wide. Wiesinger sends his man into the boards, and he's going to get a penalty. Wiesinger flattened Caden Swoboda, and now he'll go to the box, and they're going to get him for boarding. We'll see what variety of boarding that's going to be. He's going to get 5 or 2. That'll be 2. That's good. The Cats will go on the penalty kill for the first time here with 12:44 remaining first period, trailing at 1-0. It'll be Mason Rappel in at the dot with Mason Johnson. So Mason on Mason here. Rappel, the sophomore forward. Yeah, I think they're adjusting that penalty, and now it's a 5-minute. Yeah, you don't typically see the 2-minute variety. Usually if they call boarding, it's going to be a 5, and that's what it is. So this is a super power play. If Chippewa Falls scores, the penalty stays on the clock. So they will have a full 5 minutes of power play unless they commit a penalty. Then we'll go to 4-on-4. Line up, fire from the point. Linehan with the save. Shot from Gus Thorpe. That's, again, the USHL talent on display here tonight for the Cardinals. Draw taken by Mason Johnson. Johnson back to Thorpe. Thorpe with time and space. Skated it up a few strides. Fires. Puck goes just wide. That one's going to swing around. That's trying to clear. Picked up by Thorpe at the blue line. If you want to see how you play defense, watch this guy. Cats able to get it clear. Ben Johnson sends it deep, heads for the bench. Jimmy Rock pressuring, and now he'll head for the bench. Cats putting a fresh 4 on the ice. Hunter Rappel out there for the Cats. He replaces brother Mason. Charlie Freeman out there as well. Cats been going with this crew on the penalty kill quite a bit. They like them. Again, this is the big group. Hunter Rappel gets a stick on it. Tries to fire around. Puck ends up right in front of the net. But the Cats able to send it at least out into the neutral zone. Here comes Drew Bovey up the ice. Carter and Drew. For this Chippewa Falls team, they got another set of brothers. It's the Foyles brothers. You got Ethan and Evan. Out to Thorpe. Thorpe shoots, trying to go glove side on Linehan. Puck goes just wide. Cardinals from down in the corner. Setting it up. Give it to Sam Hebert. Hebert over to Swoboda. Back out to Swoboda. Back down in the corner. They'll go cross ice. Now back out to Swoboda at the point. Cardinals taking their time here, trying to find an opening. Hebert shoots. Linehan with the save. Big save there. Luke Linehan had been screened out. Did a nice job finding the puck and covering it up. Cats will run Flanagan and Cal Usgard out there with Jimmy Rock and Wyatt Hopeful. A couple of speed burners now out there on the kill for the Cats. 2:48 left in the Wiesinger penalty. Gus Thorpe with it. Back out to Thorpe. Thorpe shoots. Linehan pad save. Cats able to get it clear. 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Goaltender Mick Marlowe fires it up into the neutral zone. Flanagan sends it right back down. Gathered up by Thorpe behind the net. Thorpe up to Mason Johnson. Back to Thorpe. Thorpe over to Johnson. Johnson ahead. Fires it to Holm, and Holm sends it down. Holm, I think, scored a couple the last time these two teams played. Back in November, it was Chippewa Falls winning it 6-1 over in Chippewa Falls. Thorpe. And again, Drew Bovey fires through traffic, and Linehan able to get a glove on it, and then the cover. Cat's able to change out. This is what you want to do on the penalty kill. Get as many whistles as you want. You tell that goaltender, glove it as much as you can. We want to get fresh bodies in and out there. The worst thing you can have is tired guys out there on the penalty kill. Cats with Rappel and Rappel out there now. Thorpe with it. Back to Thorpe. Shot from Johnson. Linehan save. Tried to get it out to Thorpe. Hunter Rappel gets a stick on it. And Mason Rappel. Puck up to Johnson. Johnson chips it down. Cats will swing it all the way around, get the clear here. 1:17 left in the penalty. 8:58 left in the first period. Cats down 1-0. The strength of a Mason Johnson goal. It was his 12th of the season. Here come the Cardinals back the other way. Matt Fournette saw his brother score the tying goal in the JV game. JV tied this Chippewa Falls Cardinals squad 2-2 just before these guys took the ice. Puck up to Sam Hebert. Hebert dumps it down. Saturday is Hockey Day in River Falls. Some extra festivities going on here. St. Paul Academy coming to town. We'll have the broadcast, JV at noon and varsity at 2 o'clock. Chippewa Falls with 27 seconds left on the super power play. Over to Swoboda. Swoboda down into the corner. Back out to Swoboda. Swoboda fires from the point. That one gets deflected, goes over the net. Nice work there by Wyatt Hopeful hustling. But if he put a check into that guy on the boards, Cats would have been right back on the penalty kill. Kind of held back right at the right time. Linehan fires it out. Cal Schrank comes off the bench. And Cal Schrank draws a penalty. So Swoboda will go in the box now. Let's see if they give him a board or if they give him a rough or a cross check. Let's see what they're there. Looks like they're talking about it. Maybe an elbow. Must have gave him a 2 and a 10 because they're putting another guy in the box. They gave him a board, but instead of the 5-minute variety, it's going to be a 2 and a 10. So they'll give him a misconduct. Now they'll give him the 5 and the 10. Cardinal faithful not real happy about it. So he'll sit in there for 5, and then he'll get an extra 10. The kid that's in the box with him will come out at the end of 5. Then he'll have to sit in there for another 10. So it's going to be a long, long wait there for Swoboda. So Cats with the super power play of their own here. Puck out to Jimmy Rock. Rock down to Amundsen. Amundsen picks it up with the skate, sends it out to the point, and Johnson. Johnson fires. Had Hopeful on the back door. Hopeful out to the point in Hunter Rappel. This is the all-senior power play here for the Cats. Rappel backhands it towards net. Wyatt Hopeful back to Johnson. Johnson over to Hunter Rappel. So 5 minutes for boarding and the misconduct. One timer by Rock bangs off the side of the net. Now Hopeful with it. Hopeful cross ice to Rappel. Rappel catches up to it. Shot got deflected. Ben Johnson fields it at the point. Johnson sends that one deep, goes wide. Rappel, one timer, fires it off of a Chippewa Falls Cardinal. Cardinals able to clear out into the zone. Johnson is back, as is Rappel. Johnson takes his man off the puck, and Rappel comes and finishes the job. Here come the Cats back up the ice. Drew Amundsen with it. Amundsen through traffic. He's got Wiesinger hanging back at the point. Hunter or Mason Rappel steps up. Puck's going to go all the way back down, though. Jackson Flanagan back there to scoop it up at the end stripe. Rappel leaves it for Flanagan. Flanagan with speed through the neutral zone. Flanagan deals, leaves it for Wiesinger. Wiesinger can't find the handle, chips it down into the corner. Charlie Freeman battling. Wiesinger steps back down, but Cardinals get it clear. Luke Linehan leaves it for Flanagan. Flanagan loses the handle, picked up by Freeman. Freeman dumps it down. Flanagan's going to chase. He's got Riley Usgard up in front of the net. Out to Freeman. Freeman shoots. Usgard got a deflection on it, but Marlowe able to close the gear up. I think it got past the pads, but Marlowe able to kind of catch it in his breezers and put a stop to that opportunity. 2:48 left in the power play here. Cats, pretty strong power play. Some good pressure, a couple of nice opportunities. Marlowe closed the door in the nick of time on that one. Wiesinger taking the draw here for the Cats. Cardinals send it down. Bovey got a stick on it, so no icing. I guess they're short anyway, no icing anyway. Oh boy, turnover in our own end. Shot from Drew Bovey. Linehan with the blocker save. Cats go up the ice. Freeman gets a stick on it, scooped up by Usgard. Usgard cross ice looking for Rappel, but the Cardinals knock that one down and send it the length of the ice. Cardinals get a full change. Cats in the middle of a change right now as well. Freeman ahead for Rappel. Rock gets a stick on it, but that puck's going to go all the way down for an ice. Cats will have a D-zone draw here. 1:53 to play. Or 1:53 left in the penalty. 4:28 to play here in the first period. Cats down 1-0. Hunter Rappel from behind his net. Cats working through traffic up to Hopeful. Hopeful dumps it down. Marlowe behind his net. Sends it out. Picked up by Amundsen. Amundsen getting pressured by Hebert. Hopeful picks it up. Fires. Marlowe with the pad save. Amundsen gets his shoulder into his man. Cardinals able to make some hay with it, and they'll send it out into the neutral zone. Scooped up by Hunter Rappel. Rappel through traffic. Across the blue line. He's got Hopeful coming through. Rock as well. Fires it over to Rock. Off of Rock skates and into the neutral zone. 51 seconds left in the power play here. Rock dumps it down. Cards from behind their net tried to fire it up the ice. Rock gets a stick on it. Amundsen pressuring. Cardinals able to clear. 30 seconds left in the penalty. Cats trying to connect in the neutral zone, can't do it, and we got an icing call. Puck will go back down to the other end here. 20 seconds left in the penalty. 2:55 to go. First period. River Falls down 1-0. Wildcat Hockey brought to you by Map Fit. Map Fit, the place for training for your hockey player up in Hudson. They also have locations in Blaine, Plymouth, and St. Michael, Albertville. Look them up. Map Fit in the Google machine. Cats able to dump down. Rappel. McPherson steps up and fires. McPherson will lean on defensively here for the Cats. Freeman puts his man on the boards, but Cardinals able to clear. Freeman tags up. Cats in the middle of a change. Jimmy Rock out there as well. With the power play teams out there, the lines have gotten shuffled up a little bit. Cats just trying to kind of get things straightened out. A lot of special teams play. 5 minutes of penalty kill followed immediately by 5 minutes of power play. So that'll get your lines a little bit diced up, so you kind of got to get everybody back on the same schedule. Hopeful with it. Hopeful. Takes a look around. Waits for Amundsen to step off the bench. Gets it to Amundsen. 1:35 to go. Here come the Cardinals back the other way. Gus Thorpe trailing, and he is big trouble. But this Cardinal team scores from so many places. They got, looking at the sheet right now, four guys with double-digit goals. Amundsen gets a stick on it. Picked up at the blue line by Mason Rappel. Rappel gathers, fires it down. Gus Thorpe gets his stick on it. Thorpe up the ice, picked off by Flanagan. Flanagan chips it ahead. Cardinals regroup in their own end. Get it to Hebert. Hebert up the ice. Freeman gets a stick on it. Cats will go back to Flanagan. Send it up the boards and fire it down. Freeman. Flanagan goes over. Cardinals offsides. They got a tag up. Scooped up by Drew Bovey in his own end. Leaves it for Sam Hebert. Hebert up the ice. They get a touch from Mason Johnson, so no icing. Big hit down there in the corner. Stepping, great play there by Freeman, laying the body out, keeping that shot from getting to Linehan. The Cats will go to the locker room here down 1-0, and honestly, I think played a pretty darn good period. Chippewa Falls had a lot of momentum early in the game, a lot of pressure on Linehan early in the game, but during that stretch there where we had 5 minutes of penalty kill and then 5 minutes of power play, the penalty kill was real strong for the Cats there, and then they bounced back with a real nice power play, kind of took some momentum back away from the Cardinals, and I think skated fairly well with them. I think they got to feel pretty good about that period. You don't want to go in, obviously, trailing 1-0, but the way this Cardinal team has been putting pucks in the net here, just skating with this team is a pretty strong indication of you playing pretty darn good hockey. So the Cats will go to the locker room trailing 1-0. Mr. Mike Goring out there scooping up the net right in front of us there. Dan Breezy jumping on the Zamboni. We got the Baldwin Zamboni up here. Our Zam going in for its annual trip to the shop. Chris Utes over there on the far net scooping that up. So big crew of volunteers. Again, lots of volunteers put all this stuff together for you. I don't get paid. I'd like to get paid, but I don't get paid. Dan Jenkins isn't getting paid. Nobody's getting paid. Hope you guys are enjoying this. So we do it all for the love of hockey. I mean, it's a lot of fun coming out here to the rink and hanging out, seeing the people that we've been hanging out with for the last 10 years and chilling with them, watching the kids play. It's what we live for these days. So a lot of good times, and hope you guys are enjoying it. Hey, let's run that little. We didn't get a chance tonight to run our little hype video, and I like to play that once a day. So let's see that. This is Wildcat Hockey.
Heavy hangs of fear in your heart, like cinder blocks crushing your chest. It's a prison break, escape from the dark. Can't get it out of your head.
Second period about to get underway. Got the long change coming up here in the second period. Luke Linehan set up right in front of the broadcast booth. Cat's going to go with Galuskard and Jackson Flanagan, along with Rappel, and Freeman to start off this second period. Rappel to take the draw. Cardinals chip it out in the neutral zone. Freeman. Shot on net. Linehan with the save. Second save there by Luke Linehan. Johnson fires that one, gets deflected and up into the netting. Cardinals coming out firing here to start the second period. Basically the same thing they did in the first. After everybody got settled down, maybe last 4 or 5 minutes into the game, I think the Cats did a pretty good job staying with them. But that first 2 or 3 minutes, just a barrage of offense by Chippewa Falls. Freeman sends it up the ice to Rappel. Rappel shoots. Puck goes behind the net. Freeman dumps it down. Hunter Rappel scoops it up in the neutral zone. He'll send it deep. Cardinals from the corner work the puck up the ice. Drew Bovey coming down and gets it over to Jackson Holm. And Holm fires that one high. Again, Holm with a big game against these Wildcats back in November when these two teams met. Holm with the puck now. Holm skates into the neutral or skates into the slot and fires that one stick side on Linehan and into the net, and that'll make it 2-0 Cardinals. Holm with the assist on the opening goal, and he'll score the second one. He is a weapon. Jackson Holm, his 16th goal of the season. You can see why right there. Just a snipe from 25 feet out and just a laser stick side, and Linehan couldn't keep up with it. Believe that'll be unassisted, but we'll get the call from assist goes to Brett Carlson on the goal. Again, 16th goal of the season for Holm. For Carlson, it's his 10th assist of the season. Ben Johnson working over Carter Bovey down here. Scooped up by Wiesinger. Wiesinger tried to go up the boards. That one picked off by a Cardinal player. Puck loose. Johnson just kicks it back behind the net. Wyatt hopeful. Pressure now. Johnson gets a stick on that puck. Tries to send it up the boards. Cardinals dump it off. Puck loose. Johnson gets it to the boards. Hopeful chips it. Try to chip it out. Cardinals able to keep it in. Wiesinger sends it out into the blue line. Sends it out in the neutral zone. Cats able to change out a couple of skaters. Lars Breezy back. Cardinals bring it in. Second shot there. The first one by Abear. And then it was Mason Johnson getting another crack at it. Puck's been down at this end for most of the second period. Puck down to Holm. Now back out to the point. To Krista, and I believe we got an offsides. We do. Neutral zone face-off coming up here. 13:55 remaining first or second period. Cats trailing 2-0. Chippewa Falls with a first period goal and followed up with an early goal in the second. Hunter Rappel to take the draw. He's out there with Amundsen and Rock, and Cal Schrank took a big hit there in the first period, in which the Cardinals took a 5 and a 10 And Schrank hasn't been back since. I'm not sure what happened, but it was definitely a big hit. Cats a guy short here. Forced to shuffle up the line, so Rappel getting some extra duty. Cats not with the standard lines now, just kind of shuffling up the forwards. Trying to keep fresh skaters on the ice. Bring in a fresh four here. They're going to leave Freeman out. But Flanagan will come out with Cal Usgard, and it'll be Wiesinger and Mason Raffle. Wiesinger gets a stick on it. Cal Usgard clears. Now Flanagan. Cal Usgard sends it down the ice. Rappel gets a stick on it. Rappel brings it down. Loses his footing. Cardinals trying to clear. Cal Usgard will keep it in. Puck out to Usgard. He gets a stick and then a skate on it. Chips it over to Freeman. Freeman with the shot on net. Marlowe with the glove save. And we'll have both teams changing it up here. Cats will bring Riley Usgard and Wyatt Hopeful out on the ice. Hunter Rappel will stay out there. Cats look to be changing forwards two at a time. Again, rotation getting switched up with an injury here for River Falls this evening. Linehan sends that one into the corner. Rappel tries to chip it out. Cardinals rotate behind the net. Puck out at the point, gathered by Drew Bovey. Bovey skates into the slot, shoots. Linehan, glove save. Puck goes up over the net, hits the back wall. Hunter Rappel sends it down. Gus Thorpe able to gather it up. Cards reset from their own end. Johnson ahead to Evan Foyles, the super soft. Out to Gus Thorpe. Bovey shoots. Linehan with the save. The Cats will bring a fresh four onto the ice. Again, changing out those forwards two at a time tonight. The first period injury. Ben Johnson, Lars Breezy, the defenseman. Shot off the side of the net by Brett Carlson. Carlson. Over to Andrew Johnson. Johnson to Carter Bovey. Carter Bovey, the senior forward. 5'11", 185. Ben Johnson gets a stick on that one. Ties up his man. Cats just trying to get this thing out of the zone. It's been a battle here in the second period. Wiesinger with it. Wiesinger tips it down, heads to the bench. Breezy and Johnson do as well. McPherson and Ben Johnson are on for River Falls. Amundsen goes cross ice. McPherson sends it down. Cats try to hit Johnson or try to hit Amundsen on the back door there. McPherson fires from the point. Marlowe sends him away. Cats will chip it back down. Jimmy Rock. Ooh, had Rock on the back door there. Rock lines, fires. Puck doesn't get to the net. Here come the Cardinals back the other way. They'll chip it down. Should be icing, and it will be. You get Chippewa Falls to ice the puck. That's a pretty good forecheck there. It was good to see the Cats get some zone time. It'll be Rappel, and Freeman, along with Cal Usgard and Jackson Flanagan. Hunter Rappel will take the draw with Mason Johnson. Johnson broke the ice tonight. First goal of the game. Freeman leaves it for Hunter Rappel or Mason Rappel. Rappel down in the corner. Cards able to break out momentarily. Cardinals dump it deep. No icing. Scooped up by Hunter Rappel. Rappel looking up the boards for Mason. Cardinals pick it up. Hunter Rappel again gets a stick on it. Trying to chip it out there for Brother. Cardinals send that one down. Linehan gets a stick on it. Flanagan up the ice for Freeman. Freeman can't find the handle. Now back down to Flanagan. Flanagan just chip it out into the neutral zone. Scooped up by Gus Thorpe at his own blue line. Cards go cross ice to Brett Christa. Well, it's Holm, actually. Back onto the stick of Holm. Holm looking for Drew Bovey. Shot from the point by Swoboda. Fresh out of the box. And Linehan with the glove save. Wildcat Hockey brought to you by First National Bank of River Falls. Thanks to First National Bank of River Falls, supporting all things River Falls sports on YouTube. Jeff Johnson and the crew down there. Jeff, real busy guy. He's got Preston playing high school basketball and Zach playing for UWRF. UWRF men's basketball off to a great start as well. So you can pretty much find Jeff Johnson every evening. Either at UWRF watching a basketball game or at the high school watching a basketball game. That shot goes over the net. Wyatt Hopeful swings it around. It's going to be picked up at the blue line by Brett Christa. Christa down to Carter Bovey. Cards working it down deep. Evan Foyles tried to go for the deflection. Couldn't get it to go. Picked off by Cal Usgard. Oh, Lars Breezy, sorry. Nice little poke check there by Ben Johnson, sending that puck out into the neutral zone. Cardinals will have to reset, and that'll be ice. So Cats will get an ozone draw here with 7:14 to go, second period, trailing 2-0. Thanks to Sarah Jenkins Property Executives for sponsoring Wildcat Hockey here on the River Falls Sports YouTube channel. Visit Sarah on Facebook or online at sarahjenkins.com. Cats had a nice shot there. Rock. And here come the Cardinals back the other way. Jake Lean back with McPherson. That shot goes through the crease. Picked up by Jackson Holm. Holm from the blue line down to Mason Johnson. Johnson cross ice back to Holm. Linehan with the big save. They fire another one down on Linehan. And Swoboda will retreat back to scoop this puck up. Jimmy Rock. Pressuring. Cardinals trying to get into their breakout. Able to cross the blue line. McPherson falls down but pops right back up. Lean down in the corner. Jimmy Rock sends it up the boards. Cardinals able to hold the zone. And now the puck dribbles out and will be scooped up by Gus Thorpe. Thorpe up the ice. Brett Carlson will fire it down for the Cardinals. Charlie Freeman tried to chip it out. Freeman puts a body on man, scooped up by Wiesinger. Wiesinger wraps it around looking for Mason Rappel. Puck up on top of the boards, goes out into the neutral zone. Lean sends it over. Wiesinger rubs his guy out. Freeman able to clear. Wiesinger and the Cardinal player still tied up down here. I don't think there's a lot of love lost between those two guys tonight. Come the Cardinals back the other way. Linehan with the save. Shot from Brett Carlson. Foils down in the corner. Uskard takes it away. Now Wiesinger down there. McPherson sends it out. Card's able to keep it in. Linehan just chips that one back behind the net. Cats need to get a clear or a cover. They got to get some fresh skaters on. Looking a little wiped out, and it'll be an icing instead. At least they'll get the change out, but that draw is going to come right back down here in this end. With 4:59 to play, second period. Cats trailing it 2-0 to Chippewa Falls, the top dog in the Big Rivers Conference this season. Cardinals undefeated in the Big Rivers. They are just loaded top to bottom with talent. And a lot of seniors, too. Mick Marlowe, their goaltender, was the backup goaltender on the Matamidi State Championship team in Minnesota last year. Moved to Chippewa Falls to get an opportunity to play for this Cardinal team that, again, real strong shot at the state championship. Stevens Point, another real strong team in the northern part of the state. A couple of teams down south that could challenge them, but Chippewa Falls definitely in the conversation for state championship contenders. I believe they will. We're just kind of getting to the second half. Tonight is the second half of the conference schedule. Everybody's playing teams that they've played once before tonight for the first time in conference. And Cardinals ran the table first time around, and I would be surprised if they don't run the table the second time around. Unless maybe they take some injuries. Nice save there by Linehan. Picked up by Mason Johnson down in the corner. Johnson will swing it out to the point. Picked up by Swoboda. Now Bovey with it. Bovey wheels, finding some time and space, fires that one over the net. Mason Johnson kicks it out. And Cal Uskard's going to fire it down just to get some fresh skaters onto the ice. At the second period here, you got this long change. It's tough to get off the ice, especially with a team that forechecks like Chippewa Falls. Sometimes you just got to send it just to get 5 fresh bodies onto the ice. Cats will go with Amundsen, Nolan Hopeful, and Jack Rock. This line has been centered by Cal Schrank the last 2 or 3 games. Cal took a big hit tonight, and Cats really been running the same forwards out there and kind of been mixing up things. And I think maybe Coach Cam Wilkin just wants to give Nolan Hopeful a shot here and see if he can get back to running his 3 lines. River Falls has run the 3 lines pretty much all season. They roll them for the most part pretty much all game. They get tight into situations late in the game. Maybe they'll run 2 lines, but for the most part, they've run 3 lines all season long. And I think he'd like to get back to that. Just got to see what guys are capable of. A lot of these freshman and sophomore kids that are double rostered on the JV team, they've been put into games that have been really out of hand. They haven't been put into games that have been tight yet this season. So I think Coach Cam Wilkin just want to get a look at these guys a little bit, maybe see if he can get back to running the 3 lines. It's tough when you're leaving a guy out there and only changing 4, especially against a team like this Cardinals team. McPherson ahead to Freeman. Hunter Apple able to chip it across the blue line, but Cardinals right back to control. Freeman tried to leave that one for Rappel. Cardinals send it down. They're changing a couple players out. McPherson down to Rappel. Skirmish here in the neutral zone. Cardinals able to send it deep. Cardinals scoop it up. Hunter Rappel fires it down again. Icing, but we'll take it. It's just a tough position here in the second period with the bench being where it is, the long change. Anytime you can get some fresh skaters on the ice, you got to do it. Wiesinger out there with Riley Usgard and Wyatt Hopeful. Cal Usgard and Flanagan are the Ds. Oh, Gus Thorpe, very patient, waiting to shoot. Puck will go out in the neutral zone. Chippewa Falls will have to reorganize. Thorpe fires it up the ice. And Thorpe wheels through. He had Johnson coming down with him, tried to hit Johnson in the back door. Cats able to break that one up. Cardinals through traffic. This is Bovey. Bovey looking for the back door with Holm, and Usgard got a skate on it and kind of took that nice opportunity away from Holm. Over to Swoboda. Swoboda trying to pass through traffic. Wyatt Hopeful got a stick on it. 1:25 left in the second period. Swoboda fires down into the corner to Bovey. Bovey takes a look around. Shot from the point from Gus Thorpe, and Gus Thorpe showing you why he's Gus Thorpe. Found an opening. I think the puck went off of Cal Usgard and into the net. But just finding his way through traffic. 8th goal of the season for Gus Thorpe. And this 3-0 Chippewa Falls. Cats have done a nice job of just icing that puck here in this period, just trying to keep the shifts as short as they can, but that group got stuck on the ice probably a little bit longer than they wanted to be, and at that point, Chippewa Falls just too much time to work their offense with as much talent as they put on the ice, and they got that much time in the offensive zone, they're going to score. So that's Thorpe from Bovey. That's Bovey's 14th assist of the season. Bovey with 24 points on the year, and Thorpe his 18th point of the year. Cats will get an ozone draw here. Be Hunter Rappel out there with Jack Rock and Drew Amundsen. Ben Johnson and Lars Breezy, the Ds. 40 seconds remaining here in the period. Swoboda with it for the Cardinals. Tries to fire it up the boards. Cats able to slow it down for a moment. Cardinals set it back up. Thorpe goes cross ice. He's got Holm coming down. Holm leaves it for Drew Bovey. Drew Bovey, the junior forward. Oh, wow. Incredible pass to Mason Johnson, and Johnson buries it. His second goal of the night and 13th of the season. Well, the Cats were able to kind of hold the dam closed for most of the second period. I'm like, boy, if we can escape out of this period just down 2-0, that would be pretty good. But a couple of quick ones here for the Cardinals, and it's 4-0. Drew Bovey on the assist, and that'll make it 4-0. Teams will go to the locker room. Let's thank our sponsors. Thanks to gold sponsor Bros. Bros on 127 South Main Street. They got Sunday brunch from 11 to 2 down at Bros. $4 Bloodies all day long on Sunday and $6 Mick Ultra pitchers. Looking for some place to go watch the NFL playoff games this Sunday? Go down to Bros. Get yourself some Sunday brunch and some $4 Bloodies. Visit them online at brosbar.com. How about Junior's Restaurant and Tap House? Junior's, great place to go. I think I'm going to have lunch down at Junior's tomorrow. If you celebrate in dry January, the best part of enjoying a mocktail is you don't have to feel guilty about drinking one early in the day. I think that was an old Cosmo Kramer tip. Cosmo liked to drink the vodka. I said, you can drink it at work. But no, really, with these mocktails, they make some really, really cool drinks down there at Junior's, and they got the mocktails to kind of give you that kind of flavor of a cool drink, but without the alcohol. So, yeah, you can have it midday, no problem. Go back to work. All good. Let's go down and check out the mocktail menu at Junior's. Property Executives Realty, Sarah Jenkins. You can visit Sarah online at sarahjenkins.com. If you're thinking about buying, thinking about selling, maybe just kind of want an idea of what your home is worth, get a hold of Sarah Jenkins at 612-703-3944. Patax IGA Family Market since 1912. Head on down the highway towards Prescott. It'll be right on your left as you're coming into town. They got a gas station down there, too. You can get some gas, but great deli down there. Awesome meat department. I really enjoy the sticks. You like the hot sticks? Yeah, they got a big selection of them, like 25 different flavors. So if you're looking for something unique, maybe something to take out with you, hey, we're getting some cold weather. We're going to be able to do some ice fishing. Take some sticks with you out on the ice. Head on down to Patax, the meat section. Get yourself some of those sticks and go out and catch you some fish here as we got ice coming here with some nice temperatures coming in here real soon. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Twin Cities Orthopedics, home of the orthopedic urgent care. If you take a fall or maybe a sports injury, need to go see somebody right away. Twin Cities Orthopedic urgent care open from 8 to 8 daily. St. Croix Lanes in River Falls, your place for fun. St. Croix Lanes, Thunder Alley, late night fun every Friday and Saturday night, 9:30 to midnight. Bowling, lights, music request, you got it. $14 a person, all you can bowl. Go down and have a good time. Friday fish fry coming up tomorrow at St. Croix Lanes as well. Great Friday fish fry down at St. Croix Lanes. Team Cod, Dana and Jeremy Cod Property Executives Realty. Licensed both in Wisconsin and Minnesota. If you got residential or commercial property you want to buy or sell, you can get a hold of Team Cud, 763-269-9594, or go online at teamcud.com. Flashback film and video transfer. Hey, do you got Aunt Rita's old wedding film? Maybe you want to digitize that and be able to watch it, or maybe, I think Grandpa Harold was cutting a rug at that wedding, and boy, that tuxedo, they don't make them like that anymore. We want to get that out on the YouTubes, get ourselves 1 million subscribers on YouTube and become millionaires. That's how you do it. Send that video to Flashback Film. You can visit them online, flashbackfilm.com. G&A Payne and Grant and Angela Dockendorf. You can get a hold of them at 715-760-1857. Go ahead, add some color. G&A Painting, they'll do new, existing homes, offices, and light commercial spaces. They also do exterior painting, probably not in the dead of winter, but if you want to get that house, nobody likes to paint outside, hire Grant and Angela Dockendorf. They'll come and take care of it for you. Give them a call, 715-760-1857. Cerna House Chevrolet down in Prescott, Wisconsin. Cerna House Chevrolet, your place for new, used, and a great service department down there as well. Jack Ewing and the boys down there taking care of you, and you bring that vehicle in, get it fixed up and ready to rock. Cerna House Chevrolet, your place for Chevys. Just head south to Prescott. Jill Morrow Agency. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Get a hold of Jill, 715-425-8485. And Jill's got something kind of cool going on. She's partnering with Lucky Paws Midwest to bring us the January dog of the month. It's a whole lot of Rosie. Rosie is your January dog of the month. Looking to maybe get a new pup into your life? Get a hold of the folks at Lucky Paws Midwest and have a talk about Rosie and maybe some of the other wonderful pets they got down there. River City Stitch, screen printing, embroidery, promotional products. They can even design a graphic for you. So if you don't have something, but you got the best idea ever for something, get a hold of the folks down at River City Stitch. They can take care of you. You can go down to River Falls, right down there by the post office, or down in Prescott. Visit them online at rivercitystitch.com. A1 Archery just off Exit 4 in Hudson, Wisconsin, or visit them online at a1archery.com. Got the new Matthews bows in, but they are tough to find. So if you want to go down there and check it out, they can get one ordered for you. The Bowtechs are in, though. Check out a new Bowtech. I was a Matthews guy for a long time, shooting a Bowtech now, and I'm pretty impressed with those things, man. I shoot that baby really well. Doesn't matter what you're looking for, though. If you want a new bow, go down there, and they'll let you test out several different bows. So you can go in and get the one that you like the best. Don't go, your buddy will tell you, oh, get this bow. But maybe that's the right bow for him, but maybe not for you. So go in, tell him what you think you want, and then maybe try out a couple other bows. And if the one you think you want is the best one, then great, pick it up. But the nice thing about A1 is they're real patient. They've got a very, very experienced staff. They can walk you through the strengths and weaknesses of those bows and maybe what they feel like you shoot best. But in the end, it comes down to what you like best. Pick out the bow for you and walk out of the door at A1 Archery a better archer. You can visit them online, a1archery.com. First National Bank of River Falls, you can visit them online at fnbrf.com. And they've got a new app with a feature on it. So if you're, heading out of town, hey, we got spring break coming up. You can go to the FNBRF mobile banking app. It'll allow you to set your travel plans and ensure that your accounts will not be affected when you're on the go. Sometimes maybe you get down to Florida and you try to run your card. It doesn't work because they're like, what the heck's going on? Why is this guy in Florida now? So you can pop on there, say, hey, I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be there for, 2 weeks. You can put your time in there and you run your card. It's going to work. So check it out. FNBRF.com or the First National Bank of River Falls app. There's Dan Breezy out there running the old Zamboni. I'm going to take a quick break, have a couple sips of tea. We'll be back with the third period in just a moment.
Alrighty, here we're getting ready to start the third period. The ZAM is getting ready to close the doors. They're finishing up the ice maintenance over by the ZAM door there. Our boys are down 4-0, it looks like right now. And I came in late, so it looks like it's been a pretty dominant Chippewa Falls team, which we expected coming in. They are a very talented team. Hopefully our boys will continue to compete and skate, and we'll go from there to see what happens in this last period, the last 17 minutes here. Our boys are still trickling out of the locker room right now. Looks like Chippewa Falls is ready to go for the face-off. We're getting the last little bit of guys out there. Looks like we're going to start on the River Falls side. We're going to start with Oosgaard, Flanagan on D, Charlie Freeman, and the Rappel brothers at forward here. And Hunter's coming in for the face-off. Drawn back to Chippewa. And Chippewa's going to break it out. And we got a penalty coming up right away here on Chippewa. Delayed call right now. It's probably going to be a 2-minute slash. He took the stick right out of Jackson Flanagan's hand. And he knew it. He's going over to the box already. So number 8 for Chippewa, Jackson Holm, 2 minutes for slashing. So we'll have an offensive draw here in the near corner. Looks like we'll go with our first power play line. We've got Rock, Amundsen, Hopeful. Welcome back, Chris.
Yeah, I had to go down and check out the facility, see how everything was down there. The new redesigned restrooms here at the Wildcat Center this year, so that was nice to see. But got a chance to visit with Jason Schrank. Oh, that one nearly. Chet Marlowe able to cover with the pads there. That one nearly trickled.
That was a big stretch by Marlowe there. That one might tweak a little bit.
Yeah. But I got a chance to talk to Jason Schrank down there and just asked him how Cal was doing. It wasn't for an update for the show. It was just to see how he was doing.
Yep.
And Jason gave me an update, and he said, if you want to share that with the audience, go ahead. So I will. If you know Calvin, he nice backdoor look. Jack Rock fires one just wide, too. We'll get that update here in just a second. And Hopeful fires and Marlowe able to get a cover. But Calvin's got like a cut above his nose that he's had for about a year, and every time he takes a big hit, it gets opened up again. So that got opened up, and so he was bleeding a little bit there. And then just basically for precautionary reasons, with the shot to the head, they decided to put him on the shelf for the night. But they said he's feeling really good, doesn't show a lot of signs of a concussion, but
That's positive.
It was a big head contact kind of thing, and just with the blood coming out, they just decided just to play it safe with him for the rest of the night tonight.
Yep. That's a good call.
Yep. So hopefully we'll have him back Saturday. Guards will dump it down. Cat's still on the power play, just about a minute left in the penalty.
They had a couple good looks right there that last rush down here, so it's been looking pretty good for the Wildcats right now in this power play. So hopefully they can bring something up coming down this ice right now.
Hunter Rappel brings it in. Nice stick there by Brett Christa. I see a lot of people out in the crowd donning the Chippewa Falls colors with Christa electric hats on, so Christa family must be.
That was a big save by Marlowe there. He covered that up and just absorbed the whole shot. No rebound. That was a heck of a push there for the Wildcats. So hopefully they've got about 30 seconds, it looks like. So let's see if Power Play 2 can do something here in a positive anyways.
Evan Foyles will take the draw against Chase Wiesinger. And these two battled each other quite a few times at the youth hockey level. And Wiesinger goes right over the shoulder of Marlowe. I don't think Marlowe ever saw that one coming. Wiesinger just kind of picked up the loose puck and fired it past Marlowe. The Cats get on the board.
That's a good shot there by Wiesinger. That he knows how to finish. He's a pretty good finisher, especially for a freshman. He battled on that faceoff, like you said, and you were saying him and Evan have faced each other numerous times the last couple years when Chippewa plays RF. So that was a good little battle. It was a nice little shot over Marlowe's shoulder there.
Wiesinger's 4th goal of the season. See if that's unassisted.
I would almost think so, but you never know. You get that phantom assist there.
Thorpe fires on net. Gus Thorpe, the defenseman, down deep for the Cardinals offensively here.
He's a big guy. Holy
big.
cow. What is he, like 6'3", they're saying?
He's a big dude, but just the way he glides and the way he can move, and he is a hot item. And you mentioned when he came back up here that there's an NHL scout in the building right now, and I would be surprised if that's not his main reason why he's here.
Exactly. He's effortless out there, too. It's like he just is barely moving. I mean, he controls his body, the shot, everything. He runs the point well as a defenseman.
Evan Foyles to take the draw for the Cards. Oosgaard working behind the net for the Cats.
Scoring on power play for the Wildcats, number 38, Chase Wiesinger. Eastern second on the play back, number 34,
So it looks like they gave that assist to Freeman there, Chris. So it was Wiesinger from Freeman.
Charlie's 6th assist of the season, 13th point of the year for Charlie Freeman. Nice year for Chuck. You know, we had never really played with Charlie, and then last year Jack came up and played on the JV team with Charlie, and I don't think that Jack was Charlie's best friend, but Charlie was Jack's best friend.
Well,
I can tell you that much.
That's good.
Charlie's just a great personality, and what I'm hearing right now too, a lot of these younger kids that are playing varsity, and again, more kids that had not played with Charlie. I just keep hearing Charlie's a great kid. Really enjoy playing with him. He's really good to all the younger players, and
I get that with my son being a freshman on the JV team. My Charlie, he really does like Charlie. He looks up to Charlie a lot. He's like, that's one guy that I want to model my game after is Charlie. He's put in the work to get there.
That's right. Cardinals working from down in the corner. That shot goes past the net. Flanagan trying to send it out, but Cardinals keep it in. Carter Bovey gets a stick on it.
And a goal.
And it's Jackson LeMay putting that one stick side on Luke Linehan. And that will extend the lead back out to 4 goals. LeMay's 4th goal of the season. He is a junior forward. 5'10", 175.
That was a smooth shot, though, I do have to say, Chris. And it was a quick release. That's what I've noticed about this Chippewa team. Puck gets on their stick. They're in the slot. It's gone. It's not waiting around. They move the puck, and they shoot it hard and quick.
And the other thing that they do very well, and you saw it right there in that goal. Let's get the assist here. I got the initial assist that was from number 15. Brett Carlson didn't get the second one, but
agreed. That's all I heard also.
Yeah. Serene doing his best, road announcement of goals.
Right.
You don't get real excited when you call the opposing team's goals.
Nope,
nice,
understood.
Nice, quiet, somber goal call there for Serene. So we picked up the first one. Carlson didn't pick up the second one. Our mic that's set up over there usually is taking the varsity game off tonight. So here come the Cards back the other way. But one thing that we were talking about there, and there's another one.
Nothing Luke could do there. That was nothing. I mean, that guy came in. It was a 2-on-1. They were just behind our defense. It was a beautiful play. Pass over. The guy would receive the puck and knew he was going right away to the other side, and Luke is sprawling. So nothing you can do there as a goalie. It was a heck of a goal by them. Again, this is a very offensive, potent team. I mean, all of them can put it in the net. So
what I was going to say is before we start talking about the goal was they get to scoring spots. You
Yes.
see a lot of the shots, and that goal before. LeMay skated right into the slot, got in the spot. This is what I tell my son all the time. If you shoot from the slot, you can go left or right. If you're shooting from the side, he's got one side covered. So if you can get to that slot, you get to the middle, you can go to a lot of different places. You got a lot of different options and opportunities to score rather than shooting from the side where you really only got one spot you can go with the puck.
Yes.
And they get to the slot a lot. So Boda had the back end of that assist. It was Holm getting the goal. Again, I believe Holm had 2 goals when we played him the first time. He's got 2 tonight.
Yep. I think you're right.
Gats wine and fire. Amundsen shoots that puck deflected up in the netting, so we'll get a reset here from the same spot. Yeah, if you walk into the Chippewa Falls rink, they have a kind of a booth set up there right in the corner for shooting. And that's really nice to have a dry land shooting area for your program. They have 2 rinks, which is a big help as well. But the thing that you'll see on that dry land shooting booth is they've got imprinted right on the plexiglass their 10,000 shot club. So 10,000 shots a year. And if you do that at the youth level, you get your name put up on that board. And I would think that's probably a big deal to these kids.
I would agree with you, Chris. It's something that they want to talk about and aspire to as a youth, you know, and especially when you look up to these guys and you see so-and-so's name up there and now he's a big varsity player going on. You're like, oh, I got to look up to him. And then you realize, oh, man, that guy did 10,000 shots in the youth level. I might well go that route.
You see it year over year, too. You see those names up there year over year. And you do that year over year, you kind of learn how to put the puck in the net.
Yep, you do. It looks like we're both getting penalties here, offsetting there.
You see who went in for the Cats?
I want to say it looked like Flanagan, but the shirt was with those lovely yellow numbers. It's hard to quite tell. But I think it was Flanagan.
Oh, you don't see him go in the box too often?
No, but that would be more protecting Luke back there. So
a little dust up in front of the net there.
Yep.
So we'll continue to skate 5-on-5. Cats trailing at 6-1 here in the third period. Hunter Rappel to take the draw. Again, Chippewa Falls comes into this game as the top dog in the Big Rivers Conference, and again, one of the teams certainly in the conversation for the state championship run this year. Cats skated with them fairly well for 2 periods. So Wiesinger, it sounds like, went into the box.
It was Wiesinger and Jackson Holm, number 8 for them.
Well, Holm going to the box is a good thing for us.
Yeah, yep.
Let's try to keep him there. That'd be helpful.
But like you were saying, these guys are a very talented team. I mean, they're in the top 5 in Division I in Wisconsin here, and they're showing why they are up there right now. I mean, they move the puck, put the puck on net. They're a good team. Very talented.
And I had Jason Schrank, when we were at Chippewa Falls, put on my score sheet like the players that are all playing either like wheel hockey, Wisconsin Elite Hockey, or Team Wisconsin, or USHL, or NAHL draft picks. And I think there was like 10 of them, like pretty much up and down the lineup. We're talking about kids in this lineup that are all, playing or drafted into pretty big time levels of hockey.
Gotcha.
And that's what you see here.
Yep.
I don't know. There's 5 Team Wisconsin kids who have at least played at some point on Team Wisconsin on this team as well. And they are stacked.
They are stacked.
Evan Foyles, the super soft, to take the draw for the Cardinals.
And they share the wealth. I mean, it's not like they're dependent on one guy.
No, 5 guys, double-digit goals on this team, and guys up and down the lineup with like 3-4 goals too. So Lars Breezy chipping it up the ice. Swoboda with it now. Swoboda up to Evan Foyles. Foyles works his way around the net. Takes a look around, goes out to Thorpe. Thorpe down to Foyles. Foils back to Thorpe. Thorpe fires from the point. Linehan with a big save there. I think that one got a piece of somebody coming towards him, and he was able to corral it and keep it from getting to the back of the net.
And the way Foils and Thorpe play two-man game over there, they're both very talented. They're both young. What are they, both sophomores, I think? So they move the puck back and forth really well at a good little pace.
Oh, I didn't realize Thorpe was a sophomore.
Yeah,
that's
he's only
frightening.
So he's with our boys for another couple years here.
Wow.
Sophomore captain.
Wow.
Sophomore captain with a talented team as these guys are.
Another big story in Wisconsin hockey this week. J.J. Marthaler, another kid that's a sophomore that played with our kids coming up from Superior, over in South Korea this week, playing with Team USA in is it the U18 or U16 tournament over there?
It's the Youth Olympics.
Youth Olympics.
So I don't know
okay.
what the age group. I think it's U18, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, it's under the Youth Olympics.
And Marthaler plays Team Wisconsin with Dan Lynn in the summertime, and he is the real deal as well. He is a incredible hockey player.
He is. He's very talented, very team-oriented. I mean, you watch, and those guys who do play Team Wisconsin or whatnot or get to that level, they're very team-oriented. It's not an individual sport at that level. It's team is first.
Bovey trying to go top shelf, bangs it off the crossbar. And last week it was Team USA winning at the World Juniors, the U20 championships. And a Hudson boy, Howard, on that team, actually led Team USA in goals in the tournament. Had 2 in the championship game against the home team, Sweden. But
okay.
that's really cool. I mean, if you're not familiar with that level of play, a lot of people consider that World Juniors kind of the Super Bowl of hockey, and that at the Olympics, some teams have pros playing, some teams don't. You know, the NHL pros don't play. So they consider that World Juniors, that U20 game, really the best measure of the development of hockey coming up through your system. And Team USA with a big dominant win. And I know a lot of folks in Canada are pretty salty. I got a Canadian friend I sent a text to when USA brought gold, and he was not happy about it.
I bet not.
And
I bet not.
I told him, I didn't want to chirp you when Team Canada lost because I didn't know. I mean, Team USA loses, it doesn't really matter. But I said, he's like, you sent it to me literally when the clock went to 0. I'm like, that's right. I was ready for it.
I was waiting. I wanted to make sure it was a true gold.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, this is the time of year because actually right now I just saw that the International U18 women's are playing right now in Switzerland.
Very cool.
And the U.S. team won today in the quarters against Germany. And they have, of their 20 skaters or 18 skaters, they have 6 Minnesota people on there, either through high school or Shattuck St. Mary down there.
Wow.
And those are the U18 girls. And they're pretty talented, too. And I know, like we were talking earlier this week, you went to the women's professional game, and it's a big thing in your household. You've got a young lady who's a very good hockey player in my sense when I watch her play, so I think she does well. And that's a good thing for them to look up to. You know, there's something to see now for these young ladies coming up besides just U18. There's that possible goal out there that's something they can look at.
Yeah, I think I shared that story Monday. We stopped for dinner. She had hockey practice after that game. We stopped for dinner, and she said to me, she goes, I always wish there would be an NHL for girls, and now there is. So
that's a good thing.
We don't think about things like that, but obviously they are. And when you see that, it's a big deal. And Team Minnesota won again last night. Heisey with 2 goals, had a shot at a hat trick last night, but ended up chipping in with an assist on that 3rd goal. So she had 3 points last night. And Team Minnesota, first place, they're 3-0.
The only undefeated team left in the league so far. Yep.
Seeing a lot of, I just patrolling YouTube here and there and seeing a lot of good things being said by all the YouTube folks on the league too. And it's from people that you wouldn't expect either. I know a lot of people want to cheerlead it, and I'm glad we have those people that are championing that. But when you see people that typically you probably wouldn't see saying good things about them then that tells you the level of play, and it's been really fun to watch.
I agree. I didn't see it in person like you, but that was a good save by Luke right there.
Yeah, Drew Bovey flying in with speed, had a point blank look at Luke, and Luke able to send him away. 4:41 left, third period. Cats trailing 6-1, and trying to just kind of get out of here with a respectable score, I think, at this point.
I think so. They're just respectable score, no big injuries or anything. Let's just finish this and move on.
Cats will welcome St. Paul Academy here to the Wildcat Center on Saturday for Hockey Day in River Falls. And they got another little event. Jack Rock tried to get a stick on that one. They got another event coming up after the game Saturday. It's called Skate with the Cats. If you've got a young skater that wants to get on the ice with the high school team, you can do it. I think it's $20. They get to skate with the high school kids, and they get a pizza dinner, and I think they get a T-shirt as well.
I think so. Yep.
Cool little event for those youth skaters, and it can be a girl skater, a young man, either way. They welcome them all and come out and skate with the Cats after the game Saturday afternoon. I would guess even like if Dan Jenkins wanted to throw $20, they'd let him skate with the Cats.
I would think so.
Fires that one off the pipe. And, man, you saw some afterburners right there out of Jackson Holm.
Yeah, and they just keep coming.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's just they're such team oriented. It's not one guy. It's just they just keep floodgating it in.
And that one from Carter Bovey goes wide. McPherson back. Trying to fire it up the boards. Jackson LeMay gets a stick on it. They'll send it out to the point. Swoboda fires, and Linehan glove save, and Cats are able to get 5 fresh skaters on the ice with 3:09 to play here in the third period.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It looks like Chippewa's on a power play all the time. They just move the puck, and we're just trying to keep it outside the house.
And you see this happen. You know, the Cats stayed with them, and I thought they played very well in the second half of the first period. When you have teams that are just way better than other teams, they can hang with them for a period, and then just, a whole game of chasing just wears you down, and you start getting tired. And when you have the puck, you're not chasing, and you just have more energy. And you can see that Chippewa Falls has just kind of wore us down here. And that's why we're having a hard time holding the zone and having a hard time, getting into our breakout.
Exactly. Nope, understood.
So Cats got Freeman, Rappel, and Wiesinger out there, along with Cal Usgard and Jackson Flanagan. 2:39 to play here, third period. Chippewa Falls leading at 6-1 on their way to, I believe, their 8th Big Rivers Conference win of the year. And again, undefeated in the Big Rivers Conference this season.
And I think they've lost 2 games all year.
3.
Or 3, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
They lost to Madison Edgewood, University School, and Stevens Point. And Luke Linehan somehow keeps that one out of the net.
And that Stevens Point team is the real deal right now. I mean, they beat Madison Edgewood when Madison, I know, was number 1 at the state level. And then, that Stevens Point, I think they're like 13-0-2 or something like that. So
yeah, they're a lot like this team in that they're just top to bottom loaded with players. And I know it gets a little weird over that side of the state because there isn't that many programs, and you get kids who are maybe standouts in one program that kind of find their way to Stevens Point, and that's happened. So they definitely have a few imports on that team, and again, just they are top to bottom, just loaded with talent. They will be tough to beat. Come tournament time.
Yep, exactly. And people always ask, I think this helps us to see how we can skate against a team like this.
Yeah.
It still helps us. I mean, yes, we're losing right now 6-1 with 2 minutes left, but it gives us, okay, you know what? These guys are where we want to be.
Yep. Gives you a barometer, lets you see what it looks like, and I think it's pretty important. I'd actually like to see it a little more actually at the youth level, coming out and seeing some of these types of teams, and Chippewa Falls just scored a shorty.
Yep.
You know, I think a lot of times we get kind of stuck in our bubble and we play with the same kids, and you don't get a chance to see what some of the top talent in the city
Right.
looks like. And you go over there and you find out, you might be the best player in River Falls, but there's a whole other level when you get over there and you start playing against, some of these kids who are playing Double-A hockey.
Yeah.
And it's I
That
think
might have
it's
been
good for everybody to
Holmes'
see.
third goal, I think. That was Jackson, I think, put that one in. But we'll find out for sure when Mr. Serene gives us the official call. But that might have been his third
I
tonight.
thought I would see some hats hit the ice then. I'm telling you, there's a lot of hats over there. Yep. Holm with his 18th goal of the season, third of the night. Cardinals looking for more here.
And I was looking at another shorty. That was a heck of a play by them and a good play by Luke to spread it out and make the guy shoot a little wide. So
Wiesinger over to Rappel. Rappel back to Wiesinger. Wiesinger trying to get it out to the point. Flanagan able to hold the zone. Flanagan gets a shot off. Puck loose.
Charlie Freeman with the stretch.
Oh, boy.
It was close. It was close.
And a little frustration coming out right now. It's one of those things, you're down 7-1. They put the puck in the net with 2 minutes to go. If you get just the slightest tap on your shoulder, you're going to come out firing, and that's what happened there. I think there's just a little slight banging around down there, and Freeman wasn't in the mood for it.
This will probably take us to the end of the game here, Chris. We're in run time, so I think the refs are just letting it go. It looks like we're down to about 10 seconds, so
Yep.
which is probably the right call.
Yep,
I mean, after
there's
that
no-
little scuffle, there's no sense in having this face-off down here, and let's line up and shake hands and move on.
Call it a day.
Yep.
So Chippewa Falls comes in and does what Chippewa Falls does, and that is put the puck in the net early and often, winning this one 7-1 tonight against River Falls. And again, I don't think anyone really walked in here tonight thinking that the Cats are going to win this game. I think the hope was to keep it somewhat respectable. And I think they did for the most part. Fell apart there a little bit at the end, but stayed with them certainly in the first period. Second period, got away from them right there at the end, but skated with them, I would say, for about 30 minutes.
Yep,
And then that last 4 minutes of the second period, things got away. And then this third period, I think, was pretty much just cleanup duty for everybody here.
Right. And
So-
it gives a barometer to our coaches. They
Yep.
know where we stand. I
Yep.
mean, these are, like we've said earlier, this is an elite team in Wisconsin.
Yeah. So-
Okay, we have some work to do. We understand that. But the boys should keep their heads held high. I mean, they got a goal on them. This is a very good goalie, very good team defensively.
Yeah.
Got a goal.
Indeed. Again,
So-
Marlowe on that Matamidi team that won the state championship in Minnesota last year, and now over here playing with Chippewa Falls Cardinals. But Cats falling tonight. Again, Saturday, taking on St. Paul Academy. It's hockey day in River Falls on Saturday, so we'll hope that you can join us here at the Wildcat Center. But if you can't, we will have the action right here for you on the River Falls Sports YouTube channel. Big thanks to Jessica Brunkhorst today, doing some research for me. Good stuff that she got for me. But thanks once again to Chris John and Dan Jenkins for coming up here and helping me put this broadcast on for you. Without those guys, this would not happen. So if you see them walking around town or walking around the rink, make sure you give them a big thanks, because, again, without their help, you wouldn't be watching this. So hope you guys had a good night. As always, great day to be a Wildcat. We will see you Saturday afternoon.